Okay guys, so this eclipse that's coming up on October 14th, a solar eclipse in Libra, is giving me major wild card energy. Now all eclipses are kind of known as the bringers of change. So it's not uncommon to feel ungrounded during this energy. However, the fact that it's in Libra, an air sign, it just has an edge of extreme unpredictability, extreme inability to focus. I also have a stellium in Libra, so anybody who has heavy Libra or air sign energy might be feeling this eclipse even a little more intensely than others. So what I did to try and navigate this was sort of go into my root chakra because I wanted to go into more grounded energy. And now the interesting thing about when I did that today was my root chakra energetically, along with, Mother Earth and the energies of grounding, I want to say they kind of laughed at me. I mean, it wasn't like a mean laugh, but it was kind of like okay, you're not going to be able to mentally figure out this eclipse. And that's really hard for me as a Gemini. But the visualization that I got when I moved the eclipse energy down into my root chakra specifically was like when you have a packet of like wildflower seeds. Oddly enough, I'm playing with flowers today, and that is the vision that I got. It was like having a packet of wildflower seeds. Like you don't know exactly what seeds are in the packet. So I went in with the intention to plant some seeds that would then take me through the energies of the eclipse. And the eclipse, Mother Earth, and my root chakra were kind of like, that's not exactly how it works, but we will work with you. So basically, I feel like I've planted a bunch of wildflower seeds deep within my root chakra. And you know how seeds work. Everyone's planted seeds at some point in their life. You plant a seed, you put it deeply in the soil, and then you water it, and you kind of have to take a step back and leave it alone. You don't stand over your seedling and say, are you growing yet? Have you grown yet? What do I do next? What should I do? You intuitively know that if you water the seeds, they will grow into something beautiful. It takes faith and trust. And I think that is exactly what this eclipse is trying to show us. I know specifically with my Pluto in Libra, leaning into faith and trust is really hard for me. I am a doer, taking a masculine and active part in what's happening, and this eclipse is asking me to take a step back. It is saying, be in your feminine. So if I take this eclipse energy and I move it down into my sacral chakra, which is my feminine area, and then I think about the Venus in Virgo energy, I feel like the visual I got around that is Venus, sort of the goddess of our feelings, the goddess of creation, of doing things creatively. It's like she's sitting there in her realm of emotion and in her realm of creation, and she sort of is like putting on her nerd glasses and pushing it up on her nose, and she is like getting to work in Virgo. She is making a list of what she wants to create based on what she wants to receive emotionally. So this energy is all about supporting our emotional needs and allowing what we want to create in the world within our solar plexus and within our Mars-driven masculine energy to be led specifically by healing goddess energy. I'm constantly thinking about, what do I need to do? What is the next thing I need to create and push out? And this eclipse is like, stop. Just stop. So when I bring this energy into my solar plexus and I have that masculine energy interacting with the energy of my feminine in my sacral, the big message for me is to just halt, stop, and pause. Because Mars is up ahead right now. Mars is out creating, but he's no longer creating out of like the patriarchal need to amass wealth and amass egoic recognition. Mars is up there creating for what the feminine wants to build, because we are rebuilding the healing goddess energy. We have strayed so far away from even being conscious of what we want to receive. So that's what this time and this eclipse is about. And that's really hard for my masculine to do. My masculine is a go-getter, and he is very Mars action driven oriented. So for me to be like, hey, let's halt and let's lean into our Pluto and allow the universe to deliver to us the fruits of the seeds we planted, the fruits of our manifestation. That's a really difficult place for us to be, but it's what we're being asked of in this energy. We're being asked to have trust and faith in the unfolding unknown, because we've laid the groundwork through the last Venus retrograde. We are acting on behalf of the healing goddess energy. And the more we get into that, the harder it is to even really use our conscious mind. I'm not being asked to use my mind right now. I'm being asked to use my heart. I'm being asked to use my emotions. As I bring the eclipse energy into my heart center, I feel it deeply as being really true to our hearts and letting our hearts shine out. This energy is about following what lights up our hearts, because we don't have enough joy in our lives. I mean, that is so clear. We as humans are in this masculine, patriarchal driven rat race. We are not enjoying ourselves nearly enough. There is not enough love. There is not enough bliss happening in our lives right now. And this eclipse is going to shift something there. I think for a lot of people, it's going to come in the area of relationships, probably relationships with others, romantic relationships, but also potentially with the relationship with yourself, because that is obviously the reflection in the collective of our relationships is really just a reflection of the relationship we have with ourselves. So it's important to pull this energy almost out of your head and into your heart. Because what I really see as one of the balancing points of this, and one of the areas that we can see major transformation, is when we pull the energy into our throat chakras. Because the throat chakra, I mean, where it even sits on our bodies, it's the physical place between our head and our hearts. And there are so many signs pointing towards coherence between the two. It's following things we authentically love and sharing those out. Meanwhile, it's also using our minds to be conscious of where we have blocked love, being conscious of where we are hurting ourselves, being conscious of the shadows that we really haven't wanted to look at. That is a really critical element of any eclipse, but especially this one. It is up to us to be that solar ring around the moon, taking into account the depth of our emotions and what we want to create in this world and shining that out for others. So as I bring the energy of this eclipse into my third eye, I am really being asked and almost forced in a way to sort of allow myself to receive, to let go of trying to overthink my way through things. So my third eye is very active. It's very busy figuring things out, but it's not going to figure out this eclipse. No matter how much I want it to, it is not going to tell me what happens. So there is lots of healing that's going to come from the unexpected. And for me, I have to let that unexpected come. I have to be open to receiving it. If I'm so busy trying to control outcomes and trying to outthink what's going to happen, I'm not leaving myself open to receive the universe's gifts. I'm being asked to sort of take Mars, take my masculine, and like give him a project. Hence why I'm doing this right now. I am doing a project to keep him busy so that I can allow the gifts to come. And it's not busy work. It's not work that's not going to have a return. It's just a letting go of controlling the outcome. Because the more that I allow myself to receive, the more I can see the fruits of my manifestations. Because we can manifest all we want, but if we are closed to receiving our manifestations in the way that the universe is going to deliver it, then what are we actually working towards? Manifestation is not about controlling the outcome. It's about putting out the energy that you want to receive and trusting in the universe that it will be returned to you in a way that's your highest possible timeline. So as I move this energy of the eclipse up into my crown chakra, I am allowing it to move anything out of the way. We all have things that we don't want to face, but you know what? After this eclipse, and actually halfway through the eclipse season, we get Scorpio season. So if there's shadows that you know are there, and you're actively choosing not to deal with them, you're ignoring them, but you know that they're there because they're eating away at you, they're showing up as triggers, they're making themselves known in your life. You can't avoid them anymore. This eclipse won't let you. Scorpio season won't let you. And I mean, you can fight it, but that's just going to make things worse. It's just going to make this energy feel harder and heavier. So, I'm trying to go into it and I'm telling the light to shine it wherever you need. I will do what I have to do to clear out the way, because ultimately what I want is more love. I want more access to my unlimited nature that I know in my heart is my birthright, and I'm ready to create from that place. So bring on the light, bring on the shadow work, and allow it to happen. People are so scared of facing their shadows, but you know what's scarier? When your shadows come to haunt you because you're not facing them head on. I did that for years and years and years, and not anymore. This is going to be the end of that in a lot of areas of my life. And I know that there's a lot of people out there in the collective, especially the Chiron and Taurus generation. We don't feel right hustling for money. We know that there is more to this life, and we are playing it too small. We're so afraid that our basic needs aren't going to be met if we speak from our authentic voice, if we do the things that light us up instead of doing the things that hustle for money. And this eclipse is here to show us a new way. It's here to show us the way of the age of Aquarius and the way of the future. We are here to see that in the balance, to reach peace, harmony, and flow, we consciously deal with our demons and our shadows by consciously being aware of anything that's blocking us from love and abundance and manifestation, and allowing our feelings, because that is what we're here to do. We have all been living a little too small. We have all been living under the beliefs of others, under the beliefs of society, under the beliefs of religion, under the beliefs of our families. But you know what? We are here to break that paradigm. We are here to let in love in brand new ways across relationships, across jobs and careers, and across abundance. We are here to access our unlimited power as manifestors. It's a gradual process, but when the eclipses come in, they're here to make some major change, and they can, as long as you take a step back, be mindful of your energy, and allow it and let it flow, because it won't stop.
I am so excited to announce that I will soon be opening up a very limited number of spots for my individualized life purpose blueprint. To be the first to know when I open the list, follow, like, or comment, and as an added bonus and first access, find the link in my bio to my guided chakra meditation, designed to expand your consciousness and move through the perceived limitations of our dense 3D reality. I would love to continue exploring this infinite reality with you, and thanks so much for your presence. And let it flow, because it won't stop.